students, welcome back to the chemistry class. Now in our today's class, we are going to discuss about types of rate of reaction. So students, in our previous class, we had already discussed about rate of reaction. So we all know rate of reaction, it is nothing but the change in concentration of reactant or change in concentration of product with respect to time. But this rate of reaction are divided or are of two types. The first one is average rate of reaction and the second one is instantaneous rate of reaction. And what are these two? Let us study in detail. So, let us study the first type of rate of reaction, that is average rate of reaction. So, the definition of it and how regarding that we could determine that what is actual rate of reaction. So, we could determine then what is average rate of reaction. So, the average rate of reaction, it is defined as the change in concentration of a reactant or product divided by the time interval over which the change occurs, right? It means, suppose I could give you an example. If I start with is converting it to B, A which is a reactant, which is converting it to B, which is a product, right? So, in this case, as I know that the concentration of A will go on decreasing and the concentration of B will go on increasing. But when the time is not even started, means when the reaction has not even started, the particles or the reactant concentration is more or exactly highest, right? But when the reaction starts, so after a particular interval of time, I could see or I could observe that the reactant observation has been decreased still some extent, right? So, the decrease in the concentration within that interval of time, so that we could measure that rate of reaction that we have not measured is nothing but average rate of reaction. I have written an example for that so you could understand it most fluently, right? So, the average rate of reaction is equal to, so average rate of reaction is nothing but delta C divided by delta T. This delta C is nothing but the difference in the initial concentration and final concentration, right? So, this is the difference between delta C and delta T. So, we could determine average rate of reaction more easily if we have got to do the initial concentration and final concentration of reactant or product and the final time of the reactant and the final time of the reactant. It has been proceed. So, based on that, I have written an example on a general equation, okay, general reaction in which you can see A moles of capital A reacts with B moles of capital B to give C moles of capital C and D moles of capital D. So, this value, that is small a, small b, small c and small d are nothing but the stoichiometric values or the number of moles of the product respectively. So by this thing, how can we determine an average rate of reaction? Let us see. So the average rate of reaction can be expressed as rate, right? So the average rate of reaction can be expressed as rate in this case. Okay, so this rate means average rate of the reaction. It means it is equal to, as the number of reactant goes on decreasing, and it is the reactant that is related to the stoichiometric values. So therefore, since it is decreasing, it will be minus 1 upon small a, and since it is average rate of reaction, right? So the difference is very different, it countable. Okay, so therefore I could write delta concentration of a divided by dt, means divided by concentration of time. So divided by interval of time, right? That is final time. Okay, and the initial time is difference. Okay, so the average rate of reaction can be expressed, rate is equal to minus 1 upon a, concentration of a divided by concentration of time, and again I could equate it by concentration of B, right? So B has stoichiometry, small b has stoichiometry, okay, is very small. So again, since it is present in the reactant side, B is already present in the reactant side, or it is the reactant. So I could write it as minus 1, because rate of the reaction decrease, okay, in the concentration of reactant. It should be denoted minus. Okay, so minus 1 upon B, concentration of B divided by concentration of T. This is the really comes to see that is for reactant, right? So again, small c. Small c is the nothing but the stoichiometric values of the product C, right? So it seems the rate of reaction for the product increases, and concentration also increases of C. So I could write it as plus 1 upon small c into concentration of C, या delta C divided by delta T, which would be equal to the concentration of capital D. Okay, so in this case, capital D is also the product, and the concentration of D increases, and hence we are writing plus 1 upon small d of concentration, or you can say delta D by delta T. Okay, so this is how can we calculate the average rate of reaction is most important things for this reaction to write it. Okay, so we should represent it by delta. Okay, we could represent it by delta. So this delta would be Hug difference between the reactant and concentration initially and finally regarding the time also. Okay, so initially time and the final time and for the product also would be same. Okay, and it should take equality between all those reactants and products. And we should also remember that is stoichiometric values should be the reciprocal. Okay, so when we write the average rate of reaction, so this was the rate of reaction. So this was the average rate of reaction. Okay, that you have observed, right? So students, I hope this topic is cleared. So the second type of rate of reaction, that is instantaneous rate of reaction, we will discuss in our next class. Okay, thank you.